found this vehicle on Expedition Portal. The previous owner lived up in San Francisco. He built it to take up to Alaska on a trip. When they got back, they decided they wanted to go something smaller. When I bought it, it was just a stock F250 with a camper on the back. But so far, I've added 35-inch Yokohama tires, 4-inch lift kit, full rigid lights, got all sorts of front lights. It came with an exhaust, but I also added a bunch of performance parts from Diesel Power Products. Did a full intake, tuner, and an edge insight to monitor all the vitals of the truck, just so you know what kind of is going on with it. With the camper, I've added a heater, propane heater, and then also added a max air fan just to kind of help get the air flowing inside of it.
My name's Dylan DeGaster. I'm in Cabo, San Lucas, and this is an ad for Dollar Shave Club. If you're a daily shaver, like me, then you're trying to avoid all this nonsense. And now's the time to try Dollar Shave Club. Dollar Shave Club is basically giving away their shit shower and shave starter pack for only $5. In your first box, you'll receive their shave butter, body wash, and 1 wipe Charlie's butt wipes. You'll also receive their executive razor with their premium weighty handle and a full cassette of cartridges. After the first box, replacement cartridges are sent for only a few bucks a month. This offer is exclusively available at dollarshaveclub.com/Dylan or by clicking the link in the description down below. Now enjoy today's episode.
Hey, what's up? I'm Basil Lynch, and this is my truck. It's a 2000 Ford F250 with a custom camper built onto the back. Before I had this truck, I had a 2007 Toyota FJ Cruiser. It was pretty heavily modified. I had that thing for 4 years, and I put over 120,000 miles on it in 4 years. So that's kind of what got me into the whole off-road, overland camping world. And then from that, it just kind of progressed to further and further building the FJ, and then eventually going and getting this giant camper truck. First, when I went to Boulder, it was just to go to college and see if I liked it, which I didn't really enjoy it. I mean, I enjoyed it, but it just wasn't for me. A buddy and I pretty much just packed our trucks and drove to San Francisco, and then we decided we were gonna drive south until we're happy. We ended up in San Diego. I mean, definitely just kind of just going for it has been really helpful. It's, if you sit and think about things for too long, the opportunity will pass you up. So this is my truck. It's a 2000 Ford F250 with a 7.3 diesel in it. It's 4-wheel drive. On the front end of the truck, it's got full lights by Rigid Industries, along with a Goal Zero 100-watt panel. There's also a second 300-watt panel on the roof that charges the house batteries. This one on the hood is connected into the Goal Zero lithium power pack inside the camper. The truck is sitting on some 35-inch Yokohama all-terrain tires. Then for suspension, it's got a custom set of leaf springs and some Bilstein 5160 shocks. Average about 15 miles to the gallon, which is mostly because of the big diesel engine. It helps. The truck is almost 10,000 pounds. Over here, there is a exterior cabinet that's mostly electrical. Got all the electrical systems, 2 full river battery group 35 batteries, along with a 1500 watt inverter. Don't use that a ton because I have the Goal Zero, but it's nice to have the option to run that also. Had to add a set of stairs onto the truck. The previous owner only had this little step, and when I lifted it and put bigger tires on, it was pretty hard to get into, so I put a different set of stairs on that makes it a lot easier to get into the truck. Up here, there's an ARB awning across the top. It's kind of helpful. It's a bit hard to open just because the truck's so tall, so that's definitely gonna get switched out in the future, but for now it works. So on the back of the vehicle, there's a kind of ladder / storage system on the back to kind of help access the roof and clean the solar panel when you need to. There's also an outer limit supply first aid kit. It's got just about everything you need to help someone in need. There's also a Camp Lux outdoor hot water heater. It's plumbed into the indoor sink along with having a hookup for an outdoor shower if you need it. My Max Tracks, they're vehicle recovery boards. I put these, I guess they're called L-Track, on the outside of the vehicle. It's nice to be able to mount crossbars horizontally on the vehicle so you can do externally mounted stuff. So in here is the fluids cabinet along with the fuel filler and kind of just spare parts. Also holds the propane tank and the shutoff valve for the propane. And then up front, cab of the truck. Inside it's got a lot of things done to it. I've got an iPad for navigation, ham radio to be able to communicate while out on the trail. There's also the tuner on the engine that helps performance and mileage just to kind of make it a bit more drivable, along with an Edge Insight that kind of helps you monitor all the vitals of the engine just so you know you're not going to blow it up at any time. This is the inside of the truck. Come on in. So one of the great things about this truck is just a ton of storage. So on the back wall, got a food pantry, and then underneath is my cooking stuff. Got a big fridge, freezer, nothing in the freezer right now, but plenty of space for everything you need pretty much. Nice big countertop. That's one thing I really like a lot, is having space to work. Propane hookup for my stove. Stove lives in a cabinet and I pull it out when I need it. So the water switch here turns on the water pump. I put that in just so, you know, if you get a hole in a water line, it doesn't empty your tanks into your truck. Main faucet is hot and cold water, and then the second little faucet is purified water. So I can put any kind of water I want into my 2 7-gallon tanks. It's got bacteria and particle filtration to it. Total water is 14 gallons total in 2 7-gallon tanks that I can take out and carry into a convenience store, fill up, or whatever you need to fill up at. Under the countertop, this one's kind of just small. There's some toiletries along with the coffee machine and my smoothie maker. This cabinet is also kind of cleaning, cooking stuff along with the whole water filtration system. Right now, all I have is a bucket, so the sink just drains into a bucket. It's not that bad, you just gotta remember to empty it before you drive or you get water everywhere. Eventually I'm gonna tie it in so there's a valve and I can have it into the bucket or have it go outside. I did want to do a big black water tank underneath, just so when I take it in colder climates, I don't have to worry about freezing. Right now, all of the water systems are inside except for the water heater. Kind of helps in cold weather so you're not worrying about lines freezing or anything freezing up. So down here's the controller for the Propex heater, along with the vent where the hot air comes out of. And then inside of this cabinet are my 2 7-gallon tanks, along with the ducting for the Propex heater and the water pump. Up here on the counter is the good old Goal Zero. There's a small pass-through into the cab. I haven't tried it yet. It's pretty small. Maybe in an emergency I could fit through it, but I don't see myself using it consistently to go through the cab. Nice big bed. It's 6'8" long and about, I believe, 55 inches wide. I'm 6'4" and I fit in it perfectly fine. Right now my surfboard lives up there. I don't really have a good spot to keep the surfboard, so it kind of just stays up there and I put it on the floor while I sleep. Nice big windows on each side for ventilation, and then there's one big one across the front that has a cover on it right now, just to kind of help prevent rocks hitting it, and it keeps it clean. So every time you slide the cover off, you don't have to clean the window. So for lighting, I've got 2 options. I've got the little mini Goal Zero lights along with just a normal switch light. I definitely prefer the Goal Zeros just because they have a more natural feel to them. These are kind of an ugly white light that's it's good if you need to see stuff, but it's not good to kind of hang out with. Over here is kind of the electrical systems. I've got the controller for the Max Air fan, along with the solar controller and an indoor and outdoor temperature. Up here is kind of camera gear storage. This cabinet's kind of books, hard drives, computers, all that good stuff. And then I had to put latches on them because I kept coming in the truck after driving off road and everything would be on the ground. So most cabinets have nice big latches on them. This cabinet's all camera gear. Nice to have it secure and have one location to keep everything in. This is where the inverter comes through from that outdoor storage cabinet. Works pretty well, good to charge computers and that kind of stuff, but any other heavy stuff like the rice maker, coffee machine gets run off the Goal Zero. This cabinet down here is kind of all tools, recovery gear, that kind of stuff. I travel with probably too many tools. I'd like to be able to fix anything that breaks on the road, so I do all my own maintenance and work on the truck. So also have a nice fire extinguisher along with the carbon monoxide alarm over there. Just kind of good to be safe. Definitely keeps my mom happy too. Back here, cabinets, again with the good twisty ties to keep stuff closed. This one's kind of just a big grab all. Got backpacks, broom, camp chair, just kind of wetsuits, camping gear. Over in this cabinet is all my clothes storage. Not very full right now, but I don't need many clothes, so it works out. Now, college isn't for everyone. You can make it without going to college. Certain people it works, certain people it doesn't work for. Right now I work for a company in Oceanside. We mostly do off-road and race video and photography. I specifically do photography and more logistics, mechanic work for them. So the goal in the future is to go from a full-time job to more of a freelance job. Move full-time in the truck and just travel around and see what happens. Definitely gonna have to live off of ramen noodles and chicken noodle soup for a little bit, but I mean, it kind of seems like that's what you have to do to break into the freelance world.
Thanks for watching this week's episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
If you want to learn more about me or follow my adventures, make sure you check out my Instagram, @Basil Lynch. Thanks for watching.
Have a great week. Peace.
Some excuse.